Good morning. Thank you for joining me. This is day 18 of our 30-day morning yoga challenge. I'm going to take you through a 10-minute morning yoga, slow flow, stretchy practice. A lot of the poses are going to be done lying down on our backs, and hopefully you'll follow this yoga class up with our flexible mind video, which is a daily yoga challenge themed around our one-word intention. Today's word and intention is discover. So let's lower down onto our backs to begin. And you can just kind of start in Shavasana with your legs out, arms out, palms facing up. And just taking a few breaths here to let your body get really heavy and relaxed on the mat. Fill up your belly with your breath. And consider this one-word intention, discover. How can you relate to this? What comes to mind when you think of this word? And I don't want you to fall back asleep. So we're going to stretch the arms all the way up overhead, really lengthen fingers away from toes. And we can bend our knees, feet flat to the floor. We're going to find our reclined pigeon pose. So you could just cross your right ankle over the top of that left knee and reach through with your hands to pull that thigh in towards you. Make this as passive as possible, meaning just using a little bit of arm strength, but keeping your head and your upper back and shoulders down on the mat. Two more breaths here. And you can keep this figure four shape in your legs. Just let your left foot come back down flat to the floor. And we'll take more of an IT band stretch. I'm going to lift my hips and move them, just shifting them over to the right a little bit so that I can drop my left thigh down and bring my right foot to the floor. I like to either hold on to my ankle with my left hand, or I use my left hand to push my thigh away from me. At the same time, I'm pressing my right shoulder down and reaching my right arm out. So we're looking for a nice stretch on this outer hip. There's a bit of a spinal twist as well. Take 3 deep breaths here. And still keeping that figure four shape, you can just lift that left leg back up. Realign and center your hips. Just half happy baby from here. So you can pull your right knee in towards your right shoulder, maybe just staying as you are, or you can grab a hold of the foot or of your big toe, stacking your right ankle over the top of your right knee. And you'll notice I'm kind of just letting my left thigh flop over to provide a little bit more counterweight, make it easier to balance in this pose. And one final option, if you'd like to intensify this, you can straighten your left leg. So this is almost like a reclined lizard pose. If you have your left leg straight, really push out into that heel. At the same time, think of pressing and drawing that right knee down. One more big breath in here. And let's release, both feet flat to the floor, setting up for the second side. Left ankle, roll cross over the top of your right knee. And you can pull your right thigh in towards your belly, either holding on to the back of your hamstrings or at the front grabbing a hold of your shin. Again, just remind your upper body to relax. Try not to stiffen and tense up through your neck, through your jaw, or your facial muscles. Breathing deeply here. One more big squeeze. Let's set the right foot flat to the floor. Find that IT band stretch. So I'm going to lift and move my hips to the left a little bit before dropping the right thigh down until the left foot comes in contact with the floor, either holding onto the ankle or using my right hand to push my left knee away and reaching my left arm out. So your chest is facing and squared directly up. We'll be coming from here into our half happy baby pose. So you can lift that right knee all the way back up. Center your hips, and then you're going to bring that left knee towards your left shoulder, maybe grabbing a hold of the foot and trying to stack it over your knee and letting your right thigh kind of flop over. So choosing the intensity of the pose, your last option is to straighten your right leg, reaching out through your heel, and really also trying to push your right hip down. So we don't want to be rolling over onto our left side. One more big breath in here. And let's straighten both legs. Once more, reach your arms up overhead. Big stretch here. And we'll come from here into a side sphinx pose. So you can roll over onto your left side, stacking your right hip over your left. And start maybe just by coming up onto your forearm. So we're looking for a nice side body stretch here. I'm aligning one foot over the other. I have my right hand in front of me for balance. You can also make this a little bit deeper by instead coming up onto your palm. And I kind of just let myself sink into that shoulder, focusing primarily on getting a nice stretch and opening from my left shoulder all the way down into my left hip. And we'll bend into our knees. Switching sides, you can either just roll over onto your back, or I'm just going to swing my legs so that I'm still facing towards you. So this time your right hip is on the mat, left hip is stacked on top, one leg over the other, and either working from down on your forearm or pushing yourself up onto the palm. And again, I'm kind of just letting my shoulder, or letting my chest sink into my shoulder a little. One more big deep breath. And bend into your knees. Come to take a seat. And before we close here, you can just grab a hold of your knees and just create some circles with your upper body. This is called circumduction when you rotate around an axis. There's really no right or wrong way to do this one. It's almost like a circular cat and cow. You can reverse and go the other way. Keep breathing even as you do this. And find a neutral spine. Close your eyes. Let's bring our hands together at the heart, holding our intention. Discover. Let's chant Om one time. Breathe in. Om. Thank you so much for doing this 10-minute morning yoga flow with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you're not quite done. Now I would love for you to go and watch the Flexible Mind video for today, themed around discover and discovery. So just a fun, simple challenge for you to do. Thank you again, and I will see you again tomorrow morning.